A whole lot of things happen amongst our Nollywood peeps, and one of them is a weekly radio program called City Bond Box Office on City 105.1 FM. The presenters of the program, Seun Oloketui and Ade Torera, engage the invited guests in interesting discussions. Though we can't show you everything that happened, here are clips and slices from some editions of City Bond Box Office.
Good afternoon, people. Welcome to your 30 minutes, your best 30 minutes on radio, City Bond Box Office on City 105.1 FM. My name is Alakira and I'm not here as usual.
Good afternoon. My name is Seun Oloketui.
I have Shay on time, Dotun Taylor in the house. We'll be doing the interview very, very soon. Stay tuned with us. Well, Dotun Taylor, welcome to our show.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm fine. First, I want to ask about your voice because your voice has traveled far and many people know your voice. Even many people don't know you, but they know your voice. Tell us about your voice.
My voice?
Yes.
Well, anyway, my name is Dotun Taylor. I'm a voiceover artist.
This is that Yoruba thing. That Yoruba thing. Okay, tell us about
it's one of the voices I've done. That's an advert I did for Yinka Ayefele a while back ago. But basically, I do voices in English and Yoruba. I have voiced plenty adverts. I've done things for television stations and logos for radio stations and a couple of them. And yeah, it's basically.
Is this your voice or did you groom it?
It is both of them. I think it is more about how you talk rather than how you sound. So yes, it is. There's a depth in my voice, but I think it is about the style which I speak. Talking is like singing, yet there's a tone to it. So if you find your tone, then people want to listen to you. Yes.
Shay, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You good?
Really?
Yes, you do. Please tell us, how did you come into Nollywood?
I started acting 2 years ago, officially, but I was in and out of it. I studied performing arts.
Okay. And since then, how has it been?
Yeah, it's been good.
Have you produced any of your own movies?
Yes, I have. Indecent Assault.
Okay. Alright, we'll come back to that.
Shay, how has the industry been? You said you've been in 2 years, and in those 2 years you've done a movie. It means the industry has been good to you. Tell us about your first movie. I mean the first movie you acted in, not the first movie you produced. And then tell us about Indecent Assault.
The first movie I acted in, I think it's Aleni Barry.
Okay, that was a Yoruba movie.
Yeah, I started from the Yoruba industry.
Okay.
I played the role of a doctor,
Okay.
which was interesting. And of course, that was the first time I was acting, being in a place that is not familiar, with faces that are not familiar. Some of them friendly, some of them very hostile. It wasn't easy and it was at the same time.
Okay. Whose movie was it?
Yereko.
Okay. Now, tell me, what propelled you to do Indecent Assault?
Yeah, apart from the fact that I love acting, I've always wanted to be a producer, make my own movies, tell my stories my own way.
Okay. When I come back to you, you're going to be telling us about Indecent
Assault.
Dotun,
Yes.
tell us, what do you think has changed in Hollywood in the last 5 years?
The viewership, what people expect to see. I think about 5 years ago, I would say that producers were taking viewers for granted. They were making what they wanted to make and the way they could make it. But I think over time the viewers have grown and their expectations are high now. So producers are beginning to have to jack up their own act to meet up with what the viewers want to see. So I think viewership has really, really improved. Nollywood viewership.
You did you studied
Performing arts.
performing arts at the university. The practical and the theory. You did the theory in school and now you are in the cinema, you are in the industry. What is the difference?
Oh, there's a big difference between the stage, which was what we did in school, and the screen.
Okay. Dotun,
Yeah.
A lot of people believe that Nollywood has never had it so good in terms of government patronage in the last 3 years. A lot of Nollywood guys have always advocated for grants and government support in fighting the evils that are affecting the society. What's your view about this?
Well, anyway, I wouldn't be able, I'm not an authority around here, but within Nollywood, I would say that in the past 5 years, yes, Nollywood in itself has made itself a baby to look at. I think that if it is an industry that it is not developing on its own, I think no government will look at it. So I think Nollywood has put itself in a position where it is impossible for for any government with sincere intentions to ignore it. So I would believe that anybody that happens to find itself in the seat of power in Nigeria in the past 5 years and time to come would have to give Nollywood a lot of attention. So yes, there's a lot of attention on Nollywood right now, not only in Nigeria, I think around Africa generally.
I'd like to ask this question. A lot of young ladies always complain of harassment by producers.
Directors.
By
Directors like
there is one director by your side.
Yes, now.
Please, I'm not asking
you. Are not talking to you.
Let Sheyi answer us.
No, the truth is, even in the banking industry, you have where the boss asks you to
answer your
own.
No,
it's the truth.
We are not asking about the banking industry.
I have experienced it before.
Okay.
In fact, this one, I was like in the round table where some group of producers, top shot producers and directors asked me, the bad thing is,
top shot producers and directors like Dotun.
No,
like Dotun. I didn't say that. The bad thing is, they don't ask you out, you understand, that I like you and stuff like that. They go straight and tell you that they want to sleep with you for you to get a particular role, or if you want to grow in this industry, you want to be like your so-called the big people that you love and the big girls.
So what do you
think I produce? Are you innocent as well? Apart, I told you, like I said, I've always wanted. I love production part of the industry, but I didn't intend. It's not my dream to start production now.
Okay, you went into production because you wanted to do your own movies.
I want them to know something that it's not. You don't have to give sex to get a role.
Okay, Dotun.
Well,
Dotun was sitting down before. Now he's standing up.
Yeah, no. My opinion about this is very simple.
Okay.
Nigeria, we put out a script. I say I want to make a film of 20 dwarfs.
Okay.
Dwarfs are expected to come to my audition, isn't it? Then I see a girl about 6'7" coming to my audition. He tells you that first of all, she's put herself at a position where she's going to be manhandled.
Okay.
Now you must first of all know what you want, be able to deliver it. Then don't go to people expecting that they are going to help you. When you want help, then they'll be expecting to take something in return. You are an actor, you go only for roles that you can deliver.
I'm learning that.
No,
yes,
it is about life. It's about they tell you in the university that you're going to come into school with 5 credits. Now you have 4 credits, you go to school and say, please let me in. You will have to argument with something. I'm being realistic.
Seriously.
So just get professional in the job. The man on the other side who wants to make a film is trying to be professional, but when you go dangling something on his face, then there's a problem. So I think if everybody just takes their position and know the right things to do, everything will just be perfect.
Okay.
Well, with me, I don't have any problem like that.
You shouldn't.
I could pick my actor. I could be walking out of this place right now and see somebody across the road and say, "Oh, you look like someone that would act in my film," and there you are in my film.
How do you get to market your? Do you intend to market your movie, and do you have somebody financing the movie?
No, right now, the Indecent Assault is a self-financed movie.
Okay.
And the marketing aspect of it, I think, I have a marketer already.
Oh, okay.
That's going to market the movie.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dotun. We are running out of time. I'd like to ask you a question. What do you think? Recently this year, a Nollywood movie, or don't let me call it a Nollywood movie, a Nigerian filmmaker, Ayo Makun, was able to break the 150 million mark in the cinema. beating other
Hollywood movies.
What do you think this presents to Nollywood, and what do you think Nollywood should be doing next?
I like your choice of word, a Nigerian filmmaker. I try to run away from the word Nollywood a whole lot, though it's come to stay and be accepted. But yes, a Nigerian filmmaker, because it's becoming a bit bigger than the box of that Nollywood. Africans are making films, but Nigeria is championing it. So I think, yes, it is absolutely possible, and it is telling us that we have moved to the next level of film distribution for cinema in Nigeria. When it first started, there were just a couple of pockets of cinemas around. So you might not be able to hit the box office noise. But right now we have cinemas in the tens going to hundreds around Nigeria. When your film release here, it's showing in tens and hundreds of cinemas around Africa. So in pockets of little coins coming in little 4, 5, 6 thousands people watching. Yes, I think I think 100 million and beyond is.
All right, City Bomb Box Office. That's the 30 minutes of best 30 minutes on radio. We'll be back next week with different guests, more superstars, and gist about Nollywood. My name is Olatera Olori of City Bomb Box Office. We catch you like.
And that's it on clips and sizes from City Bond Box Office. Stick around here as we keep you updated with happenings around our Nollywood celebrities. You can also catch up live on the program at 2:30 p.m. every Sundays on City 105.1 FM.